We are back in North Wales on the hunt for another bothy.
We decided to park as close as possible, driving miles up a narrow country lane just after Tal-y-bont on Conway Road, opening and closing numerous gates we climbed into the mountains.
The number of cars surprised us, though out on the trail we only ended up crossing paths with 4 people.
From the car, 2 routes led to the Bothy. I let my watch decide and it picked the shortest path. Stick around to find out if it was the best choice.
It started off easy, a forgotten 4x4 track, but soon we veered off into boggy fields following faint paths hiding in the long grass.
A couple of river crossings popped up, but after heading upstream we found a bridge.
And to top it off, the fields were full of wild ponies, more than we'd ever seen out in the wild.
Like most of our adventures, we kept our feet dry for the first 75% of the journey, until we hit a stile surrounded by a muddy pond. I did what any man would do, and let Katrina figure out the safest way across.
Another kilometre weaving through the fields later, we spotted tyre tracks running down from the mountain, crossing a stone bridge over the river. Following the distant tracks, we saw them lead to a chimney poking out of the grassy hill. We knew we were nearly there.
They're swimming a bit far. Oh, I've got a big one here. No, that's scary. I don't think I like them. I don't think I ever tried to get one out as a kid.
No.
So I don't think I should be doing this as an adult.
Yeah, of course.
Really? No, that's mean. I think it's mean.
It suddenly got super windy out of nowhere. We just come out to wash our pots and pans. One of my favourite things is just like putting my feet on stones. I know that sounds strange, but it's the thought process that you take when you delicately put each foot on a rock. It just brings me peace. There's the man doing what he does best, washing up.
Quite difficult.
You're getting there though. We're at Dulyn Bothy. We just visited Dulyn Lake, beautiful little lake, and we've just seen a nice spot to pitch up the tent perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps.
So we'll see. It is quite nice and warm in the Bothy at the moment because we've got the fire going. But I don't know, I'm craving it. But yeah, excited for some dinner. Had a lovely cup of tea. Another little spot that you could camp at.
This is a perfect spot.
Yeah, but you
Look how
can't see the
flat
lake.
this is.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose.
Yeah, always better.
Yeah. Want to be nearer the lake. Nice little Bothy. You've got bunk beds. Gonna feel like a kid again. I prefer the top bunk because if you're the bottom bunk, what if the bed collapses on top of you? At least on the top bunk you'll be alright. Nothing like being squished. Anyway, we'll show you dinner when we start cooking it. We've got steak. Don't know what sort of meat it is yet. Malik chose it. And last night, I completely forgot, I put some burgers on top of our car roof to defrost at work because it was nice and sunny, and we drove off with them on the roof, and obviously we got to Wales and they're now not on the roof.
While washing up, we bumped into 2 international students who had just finished a cold plunge in the lake. They asked for assistance setting up their tent as they have never done it before. The spot Katrina had mentioned to pick a tent was beautiful, but I quickly realised it was only really suitable for freestanding tents. We tried a bunch of different areas surrounding the Bothy, but every time we hammered the stake in, it would only go in a few centimetres before hitting solid rock, and this tent required 12 stakes. I reassured them that there was plenty of space inside the Bothy for all of us, but they were determined to wild camp. We live inside the city. We didn't come all this way to stay inside the building, they told me. We finally got the tent set up and I headed back into the warmth of the Bothy to cook some food.
That night we had Wagyu beef with mash and gravy. An easy camping meal, not as easy as a freeze-dried pack, but miles tastier. Myself, Pete and Rob enjoyed some red wine kindly left by previous guests. You're gorgeous. I don't know if we should be doing this. I know he said they're tame, but how do you know these ones are tame?
Yeah, you carry on doing it.
Oh, look at him. He's handsome.
Not the best Bothy etiquette from us. We'd spread all of our sleeping gear and bags across the top bunk early on. When it finally came to sleep, we realised, genius move, we hadn't even pumped up the pad. Normally, not a big deal, except we were the last ones awake, and firing up the pump probably woke everyone up.
You have a good sleep?
Warmest sleep I've ever had in a Bothy.
Warmest?
Warmest. Good sleep.
Yeah, I had a good sleep.
The two older gents who were already in there told us they spent the previous night with 12 other people crammed into the Bothy. So with just a few of us, there was plenty of space to go around. They opted to stay in the main room, leaving the bedroom for me and Malik. Jamie, the fifth visitor to the Bothy, who walked in, saw our stuff on the top bunk and asked, "Is that anyone's stuff? Mind if I move it to the bottom bunk so I can have the top?"
We appreciated that he asked. But yeah, the reason we put our stuff there in the first place was because we wanted the top bunk. Of course, if it got busy, we were more than happy to share.
In the morning, we were greeted once again by our neighbouring ponies, though they were far too shy to want any petting.
We had some great conversations with the two gents, swapping travel stories, the highs, the lows, and everything in between.
Right, come back, guys. Oh. Okay, alright, I'll leave you be.
Pete even inspired us to hike Corsica's GR20 one day, defending it with, "It's not as hard as everyone says," despite it being known as Europe's toughest trail.
For the first time ever, we weren't alone for the walk back to the car. We hiked alongside Pete and Rob, who'd also come in through the same disappearing path we had. So this time, we all opted for the higher, longer route. That took us past the second lake. It turned out to be much quicker and drier. We could just mindlessly follow the same 4x4 track we started on, without hunting for faint trails or slogging through the boggy fields. All the way back to the car.
Just walked back to the cars now from the Bothy. First time we actually walked back with the people we were sharing the
Stayed
Bothy
the night
with.
yeah. Which
Rob
was
and
nice.
Pete, very nice guys, and we just love chatting to the people with outdoors, man. They've got such great stories and tales to tell.
Wise guys, very funny stories.
Yeah.
And in the morning we went to wash up our stuff by the lake and we saw 3 more guys who well camped as well in a lovely little spot facing the lake. So yeah, lovely evening, warmest night in a Bothy ever, for me anyway. And now we're at the car. Fun times I had. Don't know if we got a lot of content, hopefully we have, but we were just so in the moment. We haven't been camping in a while, so we were just enjoying it all, you know? But we're gonna go for a 5k now, hopefully get some fresh milk and be on our way home. Join us next weekend. Over and out.
See ya.